Can I get a roll call, please? Mrs. Cicchini is not here. Mrs. Deli is not here. Mr. Gassion?
Here.
Mr. Little?
Here.
Mrs. Morocco?
Here.
Mrs. Simmons?
Here.
Mrs. Malone? Here. Mrs. Zilberry is not here. Mrs. Space? Here. We have a quorum. Thank you. Please join me for the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The New Jersey Open Public Meeting Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of the Act, the Sussex-Wantage Regional School District Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, and place thereof posted in the school building and notice of said meeting sent to the New Jersey Herald and the Star Ledger.
The Sussex-Wantage Regional School District is a responsive, caring, child-centered community. Our mission is to educate each individual to become a confident, competent, lifelong learner and productive, responsible citizen by providing challenging opportunities in a safe environment through a partnership of families, schools, and communities.
Thank you, Mrs. Malone. At this time, we'll move on to the report of the Superintendent of Schools.
Thank you. I'd like to invite Mr. Schwarzel to present our students marking period along with Mrs. Space.
Good evening, Mr. Gall, Mrs. Space, members of the board, and members of our audience tonight. I have the honor of presenting the students of the marking period from each grade level this evening. Throughout the first three marking periods, these students have demonstrated academic excellence, along with many of the core values we hold in high regard within our school community: respect, responsibility, effort, and empathy. As we present each student with their certificate this evening, you will clearly see how they embody these values and the many ways they've contributed positively to our school community. In sixth grade, the student of the marking period is Andrew Cerruti. Andrew is a well-rounded and enthusiastic learner who truly embodies what it means to be a standout student at SMS. While Andrew enjoys all of his classes, he has a special passion for mathematics. He has always enjoyed this subject area and learning new concepts along the way. At SMS, Andrew is an active member of our student council and looks to participate in NJHS in the coming years. Outside of SMS, Andrew can be found playing soccer, basketball, or baseball. Andrew's teachers shared glowing remarks when recommending him for student of the marking period. Andrew is a bright and motivated young man who exhibits a love of learning. Andrew is responsible, respectful, and determined to do his best in all subject areas. He also works well with his classmates and leads by example. It is with great pride that we recognize Andrew as the sixth grade student of the marking period. In seventh grade, our student of the marking period is Madison Kosh. At SMS, Madison especially enjoys her science class, where she appreciates both the engaging content and supportive environment created by her teacher and classmates. Throughout the year, she has been actively involved in school activities, including choir, band, builders club, student council, and volleyball. Madison's teachers consistently note that she puts forth 110% effort in everything she does. She is never hesitant to ask questions, thoughtfully applies feedback to improve her work. She has maintained outstanding grades throughout her entire seventh grade journey. Responsible, kind, and equipped with a great sense of humor, Madison sets an excellent example for her peers. Her strong work ethic is truly admirable. It is with great pride that we recognize and congratulate Madison as the seventh grade student of the marking period. Our recipient is Trevor Bernice. Here at SMS, Trevor enjoys band, choir, and theater, and looks forward to pursuing all of these avenues in high school. In addition, Trevor is a member of our NJHS and Builders Club and has consistently given back to his school and his community. The 8th grade team stated the following: Trevor consistently demonstrates hard work and respect in everything he does, setting a positive example for all of those around him. His kind nature and welcoming personality make him someone others naturally gravitate toward. He was also a standout presence in our recent school play, showing dedication and enthusiasm beyond the classroom. Reliable and always willing to do his best, he is a valued member of our school community. We are all excited to see what Trevor will achieve in the future and wish him nothing but the best as he moves on to high school in a couple of months. Congratulations, Trevor, our 8th grade student of the marking.
Thank you, Mr. Schwartz. Congratulations again to all of our recipients. We're going to take a quick little intermission to set up for our budget presentation. We always love it when the folks stay. If you didn't want to stay for the duration of the presentation, now would be the opportune time to leave. I think Andrew said he's got a game. Is it out front? Oh, practice. Oh.
Congratulations. Oh, you're having practice? Let me see.
So tonight we're going to cover some broad curriculum initiatives, talk a little bit about some facility repairs and maintenance, the unfortunate reality that we have to have some staffing reductions this year, and our Mrs. Reich will elaborate on our estimated tax levy. So the broad strokes for curriculum initiatives going into next year, we're going to try our hardest to maintain average class sizes to the greatest extent possible within the boundaries of our financial constraints, so it's hovering right around where it currently is. We anticipate offering transitional kindergarten. That's Mrs. Gomez, Ms. Henson, and Ms. Wagner down at the Lawrence School have been helping to facilitate that and sell, so to speak, the program to parents whose students were identified for the program. So it is pending class enrollment. We need the size of the class to be, somewhere along the lines of 17 to 20. In years past, we did offer the program, had some success with it. It's for our younger students who aren't quite ready for traditional kindergarten. And then in some years, we just didn't have the enrollment numbers for it and we couldn't offer it. Also maintaining our RTI infrastructure. We're going to focus on, with Dr. Hutchinson coming out of some of our curriculum meetings, expanding alignment and articulation across grade levels for various extracurricular activities and celebratory functions. Those have been some topics discussed that some of our board members are very passionate about. We maintain support for our class trips, and we're working to develop a multi-year approach to a more fundamental versus technology-driven approach to instruction. That's something we talk about publicly in board meetings. Some facility repairs and things that we're highlighting for the Lawrence School, looking to expand our outdoor learning spaces and upgrade our preschool playground. Those things will be funded through our PIA funding. At Wantage School, looking to install some resilient flooring in our stairwells, convert some chalkboards that are still lingering around the district, replace a drop ceiling in a room, and again, working to enhance our outdoor classroom space and playground. We're fortunate enough, and we should have highlighted him while he was here, but Mr. Cerruti, one of our recipients' fathers, originally highlighted the grant opportunity for us when he was the president of the Little League. So we wrote that jointly together for the front of Sussex Middle School. We were successful in getting that. We wrote it again this year with the collaboration of Wantage Township, who we're grateful for. And we've secured it again for Wantage School. So we're planning to use it for outdoor classroom space and playground enhancements, and that's approximately $66,000. SMS, Mr. Petrowski and our security guards and our principal kind of evaluated the campus, and we like to install some bollards around various aspects of the campus, refinish the gym flooring, which hasn't been done in some time, and some stage repairs. The unfortunate reality of district operations going into next year, board and administration has to make some excruciatingly difficult decisions with respect to our budget, largely driven by our health insurance costs went up approximately $1 million. So we have a reduction of approximately 17 full-time equivalent staff members. Now, about 5 of those are due towards attrition, like we're absorbing retirements, absorbing resignations district-wide. So that softens some of that. And we're also continuing to take advantage of our shared services opportunities. And Mrs. Wright will present the tax levy.
For this year, we have a 6.9% increase in our tax levy. And that is due to, we are allowed an adjustment for healthcare costs. Mr. Gall alluded to the increased costs of, in this budget year, about $1 million, and in next year, another $1 million. So we have an adjustment we're allowed to use to go above the 2% tax cap levy. And we also have an enrollment adjustment that we're using that allows us to, we could have actually gone even higher, but the board and administration settled on the 6.9% increase. For Wantage Township, there's a decrease in ratables of 0.06%. There's also a decrease in the regional allocation. That is Sussex Borough and Wantage obviously share the students here in this district, and depending upon how many students are in each municipality, that's how they determine the regional allocation. So it is going down from 89.9% of the students to 89.27%. And there's an increase on the other side for Sussex Borough. The average home is assessed at $229,196. It's a 9.59% overall increase in tax, $25.01 estimated increase per month, and about $300 estimated for the school year. Sussex Borough had a slight increase in ratables, 0.38%. They had the increase in allocation from 10.1 to 10.73. The average home is assessed at $218,616. It's a 33% overall increase in tax, $79.12 per month, and $949.50 for the estimated school year. And that is our presentation.
Thank you, Mrs. Riker. And I want to thank Mrs. Riker and the board for the work on the budget. As I mentioned in the beginning, it's extraordinarily difficult to try to balance the needs of your school district along with the needs of taxpayers and things like that. But when you see the 6.9, I mean, the board's basically done as much as they possibly can to plan for the future, so to speak. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gall and Mrs. Riker. We did the budget hearing. At this time, we'll move on to audience remarks. Members of the audience are invited to make brief comments about items on this agenda and matters of interest to the district.
I have something to say.
I'm just going to ask you to step up to the podium and identify yourself. Thank you.
Okay. I actually have copies for everybody to look at. Hopefully, if you don't mind, I can pass them out.
And give them to me, I'll pass them for you.
I think I have one. Here's the rest of it. This is also for the superintendent. Sorry. I'm gonna just go ahead. Actually, I have one more thing for you. There you are. Good evening, members of the board. I have submitted copies for your records and I request the following to be included in the board's meeting minutes. My name is Ann Devine. I'm a mother to a 5-year-old that attends school in the district. I'm here to share findings from my recent open public records request regarding our contract with School Annual by Jostens. After reviewing the legal terms and their published privacy policy, I have 3 serious concerns that I believe require immediate review by the board. First, I want to draw your attention to the indemnity and warranty section of the contract. Page 2, I think. It states that the customer, our school district, agrees to indemnify and hold Jostens harmless from any and all damages arising out of claims or actions related to the publication. In plain terms, if a parent sues over a privacy violation or a data breach involving this vendor, the school district, and by extension, the taxpayer, is stuck footing the legal bill and any damages, even if the error originated on the vendor's platform. So my first question is, has our legal counsel reviewed this specific shift of liability? Second, Jostens' own privacy policy, which governs the SA digital tools mentioned in the contract, I believe it's page 8. I did highlight it for everybody. Explicitly identifies categories of personal information they sold and or shared with third parties in the 12-month proceeding. As you can see, the list is extensive and broad. The policy lists unique personal identifiers being shared with data brokers and ad networks. It also confirms that names, physical addresses, even audio, electronic, visual, search history, purchase history, and valuable information like student photographs are disclosed to the same business partners and marketing providers. We are effectively handing over every child's digital identity to a company that admits to monetizing that data for advertising. The practice appears to conflict with the district's responsibility to protect students from commercial exploitation and data mining. And I believe it warrants immediate review. Finally, our choice of vendors is a reflection of our school's districts. I refuse to believe that Jostens, a company owned by a foreign-born billionaire that has already been sued for anti-competitive pricing, whose parent company built an overpriced telecommunications system that exploits families, and who ran another business on prison labor to produce caps and gowns, truly has our children's best interests in mind. For me, this information shows that the pipeline from public schools to private prisons is not invisible. It's in black and white, just like the contract this district has signed with Jostens. Our mission is to educate and uplift children. We should not be putting a target on every single child's digital identity, sending taxpayer dollars to entities that financially benefit and extort families in a system of mass incarceration, while simultaneously not holding them accountable for selling personal identifying information of our children. It's time that we align our checkbooks with our educational mission. I'm formally proposing that the board adopt a socially responsible procurement policy. This policy would prohibit the district from entering into contracts with companies that also profit from, provide services to, or invest in the private prison industry. Furthermore, I would like to formally recommend that the board go on record to mandate specific training for all staff responsible for signing contracts involving personal identifying information. At a bare minimum, the staffers must be able to identify when a vendor's terms conflict with our legal obligation under New Jersey law. The district can adopt a standard contract review protocol that automatically flags and rejects any provision that allows the sale of student data. This is a basic matter of legal compliance. This part should not be optional. On behalf of the parents and students in the district, I respectfully ask for an immediate removal of all the student personal identifying information from Jostens' system pending a full legal review of the contract, and possibly an investigation into possible retention of an independent outside counsel to review whether the contract as executed violates COPPA, FERPA, the Sherman Act, NJSA 568-216, the NJDPA, and NJAC 6A16. Our priority must be the protection of our students' data and the integrity of our financial partnerships. I look forward to the board's review of this matter and to hearing how you will come into compliance with the laws I've mentioned.
Hey, thank you so much. I mean, it's very obvious that you put in a lot of work and research on your own. We started, I remember when you originally initiated your comments, in emails and open requests. And we started behind the scenes trying to familiarize ourselves with some of that information. We're going to continue to do so, and we'll be in touch.
I really appreciate that, and if there's somebody that I can be in contact with that can guarantee transparency, I would appreciate it as well.
Thank you.
Are there any other public comments?
Hi, I'm Julia Moran. My son's in preschool. He actually goes to Wantage Elementary. I know that like a lot of times you guys hear like a lot of complaints. I wanted to first start out by
What
saying
makes you say that?
that I'm so grateful for the preschool program. My son actually aged out of early intervention. He was in speech therapy. He continued. He started when he aged out last January, so his last school year. Continued this school year, and his language has exploded. The speech therapy services that he's gotten have been incredible. The change that I've seen in him. He even comes home talking about the letters that he learns at school and asks to practice. It's crazy. So I'm super grateful. I love his preschool teacher. Every staff member that we've come into contact with has been really great. So I'm super grateful for the program. I wanted to see, I don't know if this is like the appropriate time to ask, because I know it was like supposed to be things that were related, I guess, to the budget. I don't know if this would
Go
also
ahead.
be.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see, we have those 2 preschool classes that are at Wantage Elementary, if there was a way to possibly at some point get them moved over to CEL.
Oh, somebody put you up to that. Somebody put you up to these Listen, it's something that's at the forefront of all the conversations that we have. We'll be continuing to brainstorm that.
Yeah.
I sincerely appreciate your comments. It's always nice to hear something good. I happened to be in his classroom, last week or early this week, and I mean, I agree with you, it's a great experience. So that's something we're working on.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just, I feel like they miss out on some of the experiences that the other kids get at CEL.
Yeah.
You know, like they have like that gardening, part that they're doing now, it's like they,
gardening.
yeah.
Yeah, so the
He's
lady.
missing out, he doesn't have the garden beds.
The lady behind you, there is Kathy Gomez. She's our pre-K coach. She's spearheading that whole garden thing, so, yeah.
His cousin's in preschool
Oh,
at
okay.
CEL,
So she set this up.
but his cousin is in CEL, and so we hear about all the things that we're missing out on, like career day and things like that, which like not a big deal in the grand scheme of
Yeah.
things, but I just think like as far as like continuity too for these
Yeah.
kids, you know, like he's gonna eventually move into kindergarten and he's gonna have to switch to like a totally different school and then start over.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, so
you know,
you know.
just a small thing.
Yeah, I don't know if you were privy to the early conversations we had, like, we didn't always have those rooms there, but what had happened was we were faced with an expanding population,
Yeah.
and we reflected on, can we house more classes in district? Because even our, we work with satellite campuses like Second Home, and we were saying like, maybe it's not the best case scenario, but is it better to offer these 2 classes than not offer them at all? And that's kind of where it came from. It wasn't like it was a hey, this is an amazing endeavor, we've gotta have classes in another building. So it is something that we're trying to work on.
Okay.
Yeah, we've actually even contemplated most recently, and I'll put it out there for, brainstorming later, switching 2 second grade classes. And that would help free up space at the other schools, so
Yeah.
potentially.
And at least
moving-
they're closer in age, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Although he loves the interactions with the older kids.
And the older kids benefit from it and like it as well, yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. Are there any, yeah?
Well, I wasn't going to, but I may as well. Hi folks, Kathy Gomez, Route 284 Wantage. So, since Mrs. Moran so nicely said nice things about preschool, I just wanted to share how excited we are about our outdoor learning initiative. And it's kind of one of those random things where we were just gonna have a few planters and one thing led to another. And we found out that there were some available funds that needed to be used. And Mrs. Riker opened the purse strings for us. I'm joking.
Very easy in preschool.
And so we are so excited. I think one of the best parts of it, yes, the school supplied some of the initial things, but we've had 17 different families within school that have donated things like kid-sized gardening gloves and shovels and tools. A number of our teachers have donated. We got a wheelbarrow today, thank you, Mrs. Space. So we're very excited, and yesterday, we had a family that donated over $200 worth of plants and seedlings, both vegetables and flowers. So we're really excited to get this part up and running. A couple of our teachers have agreed to, over the summer, they anticipate being there for extended school year, so they're gonna do some watering. But what the pleasant surprise is that it looks like we're also gonna be able to get some tables and some chairs and some sensory boards and some fun things, and I think it's gonna be really, really cool when we get it done. That will be in the courtyard, between the kindergarten wing and the main building. We've also, when the Eckers came in, we were told that we probably needed to come up a little bit in our playground, and so it looks like there's gonna be some money to get some of the things for playground and maybe
The Eckers is a feedback process at the state.
Yes, it's kind of like who we answer to as far as our evaluation of how well we're doing and what areas we need to do better in and what areas we're excelling in. And they said, you really probably should have some more playground equipment and do some things. So we've got a shed coming, and we got some new tricycles, and we got some new things that I'm very excited about. And I just wanna thank you for your support for the preschool program, because I do believe it's a good thing. And I did not pay Julia to say that, even though I have known her since she was friends with my daughter going back to like first grade. I didn't pay her to say that, but thank you so much for your support. We're really, really excited, and we're excited that it's pulling the community in as well.
You do a great job, we appreciate everything you do.
Thank
That's
you.
wonderful.
Thank you, Ms. Gomez. Are there any more public comments? Seeing none, we'll move on to the board secretary certification.
Pursuant to NJAC 6A 23A-16.10C3, I certify that as of March 31st, 2026, no line item account has encumbrances and expenditures which in total exceed the line item appropriation in violation of NJAC 6A 23A-16.10A.
Thank you, Mrs. Riker. At this time, we do need to go into executive session. It will be approximately 30 minutes. Action will be taken. Can I get a resolution, please?
Whereas pursuant to NJSA 10-4-12B, the Sussex-Wantage Regional Board of Education may exclude the public from that portion of a public meeting at which the board discusses any of the matters described at NJSA 10-4-12B 1-9. Now therefore be it resolved that the Sussex-Wantage Regional Board of Education shall enter into closed session to discuss personnel and legal matters. Now therefore be it further resolved by the Sussex-Wantage Regional Board of Education that pursuant to NJSA 10-4-13B, the time when and the circumstances under which the discussion conducted in closed session can be disclosed to the public is when the need for confidentiality no longer exists.
Can I get a motion?
I'll motion.
Thank you. And a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any noes? are back in public session. We will move on to the presentation of agenda items.
Thank you. Under personnel, I'd like to move items 1 through 24.
Can I get a motion?
I'll motion.
Thank you. A second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call please.
Mrs. Morocco?
Yeah.
Mrs. Simmons?
Yes.
Mr. Gashion?
Yes.
Mr. Little?
Yes to everything but under number 12, Daniel Henshaw.
Abstain.
Abstain.
Mrs. Malone?
Abstaining from number 12, Heidi Riker, Miranda Yanish, yes to the rest.
Mrs. Space?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Under policy, I'd like to move items 1 through 3.
Can I get a motion?
I'll motion.
Thank you. A second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call please.
Mrs. Simmons? Yes. Mr. Little?
Yes.
Mr. Gashion?
Yes.
Mrs. Morocco?
Yes.
Mrs. Malone?
Abstaining from number 1, yes to the rest.
Mrs. Space?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Under finance, I'd like to move items 1 through 21, pulling number 7 and number 17. 7 I anticipate on next week's agenda, and 17 is redundant.
Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Thank you. A second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call please.
Mr. Little?
Yes.
Mr. Gashion?
Yes.
Mrs. Morocco?
Yes.
Mrs. Simmons? Yes. Mrs. Malone?
Yes.
Mrs. Space?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Under special services, I'd like to move 1 through 18.
Can I get a motion?
I'll motion.
Thank you. A second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call please.
Mrs. Simmons?
Yes.
Mr. Gashion?
Yes.
Mr. Little?
Yes.
Mrs. Morocco?
Yes.
Mrs. Malone?
Yes.
Mrs. Space?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Under curriculum, I'd like to move items 1 and 2.
Can I get a motion?
I'll motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call please.
Mr. Gashion?
Yes.
Mr. Little?
Yes.
Mrs. Morocco?
Yes.
Mrs. Simmons?
Yes.
Mrs. Malone?
Yes.
Mrs. Space?
Yes to 1, abstain to 2.
And
Motion
referring,
carries.
referring to the addendum, under personnel, I'd like to move items 1 through 6.
Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
A second. Any discussion? Roll call please.
Mrs. Morocco?
Yes.
Mrs. Simmons?
Yes.
Mr. Gashion?
Yes.
Mr. Little?
Yes.
Mrs. Malone?
Yes.
Mrs. Space?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Under finance, on the addendum, I'd like to move item number 1.
Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Thank you. A second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call please.
Mr. Little?
Yes.
Mrs. Morocco?
Yes.
Mr. Gashion?
Yes.
Mrs. Simmons?
Yes.
Mrs. Malone?
Yes.
Mrs. Space?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And under curriculum, I'd like to move item number 1.
Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Thank you. A second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call please.
Mr. Little?
Yes.
Mr. Gashion?
Yes.
Mrs. Morocco?
Yes.
Mrs. Simmons?
Yes.
Mrs. Malone?
Yes.
Mrs. Space?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. At this time, we can go on to unfinished business. Does anyone have any unfinished business they'd like to discuss?
Just want to make the board aware that we've been, based on curriculum, based on committee meetings, we've been talking about the tree removal in front of Wantage School. So Mr. Petrowski and I walked the property with one tree vendor who gave us a price. And in looking at it, I'm not a tree expert by any means, but the two that we were examining, having taken out in front of the school to the left on Wantage School roadside, and the ones along the 4th grade wing, kind of all look similar to the 3rd tree that's in front of Wantage School. The needles are falling off in layman's terms. So the gentleman was like, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do those, you might wanna do this one. So, just wanna make everyone aware, if we proceed with that, the idea now would be, in full transparency, if you look at the front of Wantage School from Route 23, all that would remain would be the holiday Christmas tree. And then to the right by the 4th grade wing, those pines would be taken out too. So not that you have to decide that now, but that's what's being examined and priced out. And I asked Frank, even though they're not required to get a second price, just to make sure it's, this price seems reasonably good for that amount of tree removal.
And do we replant any trees on the property elsewhere?
We can certainly do that, yeah. Make it a project with the kids, the outdoor
Yeah.
stuff.
I think it is like a law. Isn't it in New Jersey? For every tree cut down, you gotta plant
I
down
don't
one?
know, not well versed in it,
Yeah, because I was on the quarry about it by your house.
So
And
keep
should we
the
do
Christmas tree.
the stump, carving
So,
and painting?
yeah, so that's a great point. I have, just because Mrs. Gold works in Frieden, there's a gentleman in Frieden who has with the sculptures and stuff, so she was gonna inquire about that. Not anything definitive, but just somebody who does that kind of thing. You have to ascertain if that's definitely something you'd wanna do, because the price that we had gotten was with stump grinding. And it seemed, again, for the amount that they were doing, seemed very reasonable, but I asked them to get a second one just for comparison. So if they're coming out and they're doing all of that, do you wanna leave that without necessarily having something lined up? If we did, that's fine. And one of the teachers who had passed away many years ago, who was kind of like Mr. Wantage School, a guy named Alan Twilger, had drawn out a map and kind of laid out he called it a remembrance walk in front for staff members, to honor other staff members and students and things like that. So it actually had it on that side, so that may be something that you look to tie in if you do something like that. There's also the possibility if you did something like that, even if you didn't have a sculpture or the mini house thing, like I don't know anybody in that world, but if you do, we're happy to talk to them. If we didn't have anybody, there's also this a tree sculpture already in Wantage School that probably could be displayed better outside. That's 2 eagles, which is the Wantage School mascot, that you might do something with nice plantings around where one of the trees were. So all things something to think about, and we're happy to reach out to the house folks if you know.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'll give you some ideas, maybe not this rundown, but the next rundown, about where we stand with because we wouldn't be looking to do that until probably summer.
Yeah.
I'd like to also just mention again the idea of limiting Chromebook usage for the elementary schools and the younger kids. I just wanna keep
Yeah,
putting that.
keep that at the forefront, and that's, I get too wordy with the bullet points on the slides, but that's why I said something like a transitional plan from fundamental instruction versus technical.
Any other unfinished business? Seeing none, move on to new business. Does anyone have any new business they'd like to discuss? Seeing none, at this time we'll move on to audience remarks. Members of the audience are invited to make brief comments about items on this agenda and matters of interest to the district. Do we have any public comments? Seeing none, we do not need to go into executive session. Can I get a motion for adjournment?
I'll motion.
Thank you. A second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor say aye.
I
Aye.
Any noes?